The creation of the RMS Titanic was one of the most ambitious engineering projects of the early 20th century. Long before the ship became known for its tragic end, it was celebrated as a masterpiece of design, innovation, and human effort. The making of the Titanic involved years of planning, thousands of workers, and a level of detail that reflected the desire to build the most impressive ship the world had ever seen. At the heart of this project was the Harland and Wolff shipyard, located in Belfast. This shipyard was one of the largest and most advanced in the world at the time, capable of handling projects on an enormous scale. It was here that the Titanic began to take shape, starting as a series of plans and drawings that would eventually become a real and massive structure. The idea behind building the Titanic came from the need to compete in the growing market of transatlantic travel. The White Star Line wanted to create ships that would stand out, not just for their size, but also for their comfort and luxury. Instead of focusing only on speed, the goal was to offer passengers an experience that felt like traveling in a floating palace. Designing the Titanic required careful planning and attention to detail. Engineers and designers worked together to create a ship that would be both strong and elegant. One of the key figures in this process was Thomas Andrews, who played a major role in shaping the ship's design. His work ensured that the Titanic would meet the high expectations set by its creators. Construction of the Titanic began in 1909, and it quickly became clear that this was no ordinary project. The size of the ship required new techniques and equipment. One of the most labor-intensive parts of the construction process was the use of rivets. Thousands of rivets were used to hold the steel plates together, and many of them were placed by hand. Teams of workers worked together in a coordinated effort, heating the rivets and hammering them into place while they were still hot. The scale of the project meant that thousands of workers were involved in the construction. These workers came from different backgrounds and brought a wide range of skills to the job. As the ship began to take shape, its size and complexity became more apparent. The Titanic was designed to carry thousands of passengers and crew, and it included a wide range of facilities. From grand staircases and dining rooms to cabins and engine rooms, every part of the ship had to be carefully constructed and fitted. The interior of the Titanic was designed with luxury in mind. First-class passengers would have access to elegant spaces that were inspired by high-end hotels. These areas were decorated with fine materials, detailed woodwork, and stylish furnishings. The goal was to create an environment that felt comfortable and impressive at the same time. The ship was designed to accommodate passengers from different social classes. Second-class and third-class areas were also included, providing options for travelers with different budgets. While these sections were less luxurious, they were still considered to be of a high standard compared to other ships of the time. The construction process took several years, and it required careful coordination to ensure that everything was completed correctly. Engineers had to make sure that the ship's structure was strong enough to handle the stresses of ocean travel. Safety features, such as watertight compartments, were included to improve the ship's ability to withstand damage. As the Titanic neared completion, it became a symbol of progress and innovation. People around the world followed its construction, eager to see the final result. The ship represented the achievements of modern engineering and the belief that technology could overcome challenges. In 1911, the Titanic was launched into the water, marking a major milestone in its construction. The launch was a significant event, attended by many people who came to witness the moment. Seeing the massive ship enter the water was a powerful reminder of what had been accomplished. After the launch, the Titanic underwent further work to complete its interior and prepare it for service. This included installing engines, testing systems, and adding final details. The ship was carefully inspected to ensure that it was ready for its maiden voyage. The making of the Titanic was not just about building a ship. It was about creating something that would leave a lasting impression. The effort and dedication that went into its construction reflected the ambitions of the time. It was a project that pushed the limits of what was possible and set new standards for shipbuilding. Looking back, the story of how the Titanic was made provides valuable insights into the history of engineering and design. It shows how people worked together to achieve a common goal, and how innovation can lead to remarkable achievements. More than a century later, the Titanic remains one of the most famous ships in history. While it is often remembered for its tragic end, its beginning as a carefully planned and constructed masterpiece is equally important. The making of the Titanic is a story of creativity, hard work, and ambition. It reminds us that even the greatest achievements come from the combined efforts of many individuals working toward a shared vision. In the end, the Titanic was more than just a ship. It was a symbol of an era that believed in progress and possibility. Its construction was a remarkable achievement that continues to be studied and admired, even as the story of its journey and fate continues to capture the imagination of people around the world.